Welcome to another episode of One-on-One. My name is David and I'm joined by Dr. Emilie. How are you, Emilie?
I'm great, Dave. Thanks for inviting me back.
Well, it's great to have you here. As you know, Dr. Emilie heads up the child psychologist and counselor team that supports all of our Kids Hope USA national network. And along the way, they have accumulated years worth of questions that have come to them from mentors and directors out across the country. What we've done is we've selected a few of the most popular questions, and that's what we're going to address. So Emilie, let's dive right in.
Great.
It's now January, and we're getting used to one another, but all of a sudden there's some social and behavioral issues that are starting to surface. How do I mentor when my student is displaying some social and behavioral issues?
Great question. And let's be honest, for most kids, they have some evidence of some type of behavioral or social issue. Right. And that's one of the reasons that we have the privilege of being able to meet with them consistently, because that helps them to learn. But remember, Dave, that all kids are in the process of learning. They don't come to us as a finished package. If they did, they would come much later, right? Right. So remember that kids are in the process of learning, and in doing so, some of those behavioral issues or social issues might be eliminated purely based on the relationships that they form with us.
That's true. That's true, because along the way, they're learning in school, they're learning a lot of academics and facts and stuff like that. But along we come to help them learn more of the life skills.
Yes.
And how to interact with one another. So you're saying that's a natural thing that a mentor should embrace, as far as that's your role to help your student through that.
Right. And all of us have certain personalities, and all of us, I would say, on some level have maybe some behavioral challenges and social flaws. So it's helpful to look at the positive points about your student as well and focus on those. Choose the things, even if they're hyperactive, you may choose to focus on the fact that, wow, they have a lot of energy. And that puts your mind in a completely different place as you begin your mentoring hour, when you are focusing on the positive characteristics of their social and behavioral
Absolutely. And that's a wonderful point right there, that I might even play for my wife when she's thinking about me. Because all of us have that, and we need to see the best in one another. But here's what we do know about every one of the students that we're privileged to be able to get together with, and that is that inside of them is a wonderful little heart.
Yes.
And if that occupies our focus more than the external, behaviors and all that, when we focus on that wonderful little heart that he or she has, it's amazing how many things you can just pick out and say, well, I love that about you.
Yes,
I love that about you.
Exactly. Yeah. And another element of this conversation should be included, and that is that all behavior is communication. So even if a child isn't communicating with words, they are communicating through the things that they're doing. And sometimes as a mentor, it can be challenging, but remember, a child's primary language is play and behavior. So try to understand what they're attempting to communicate to you with their behavior. For instance, if they're shutting down, they may be hurting, they may be withdrawing, they may be sad, and it's helpful if we can try to discern then, what are they communicating through their behavior?
Oh, yeah, that's a wonderful point, that look to see what's really going on here, as opposed to just what's happening in front of me.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and the more we can do that with our students, I think the more we will see that little heart that we know is really good.
Exactly.
So, and it's because of that heart that all of our mentors have for kids that we even have this program. And so in focusing on what our children have that is lovable, what we can do is we can enjoy our life together. And we all know that life together is life at its best.